Right, gents, and for those on the video, I'll record this as well. We're going to have a talk through the practice paper, so you get a look at what the real paper looks like, and have a chat about exam technique and such like. Yeah. So the exam duration's 2 hours. It's about learning outcome 1, which is the analysis of three-phase power distribution systems. It's around all the different calculations that we've done in the classes. Alright, so there's some standard stuff about the examination booklet, but there's 2 sections to the exam. Section 1, or Section A, has shorter questions, and I'm seeing a typo in this practice paper already. But please bear with me. The real paper, 4 questions. I'll tell you what happened. I started looking for 8 questions of 5 marks each, and I was struggling to get short enough questions from to be 5 marks. So I decided to go with 4 10 marks each. So you've seen that.
That's 4.
Yeah, there's 4 questions in the first part, and they are 10 marks each. Okay. Section B, that contains 3 questions now. Okay. And you are expected to attempt 2 of them. Yeah. Please bear in mind that you'll get no extra credit for trying to answer the 3rd question. Okay. If you get stuck on one and you want me to not mark that question and mark the next one, you need to cross it out clearly, because otherwise the first 2 viable answers will be marked and they may not be the best 2. So am I clear on that? Yep. Data sheet at the back, which you've all seen now anyway, and then what you've got are fairly short answer questions like you've been doing on the 2 sheets that I've given you out over the last 2 weeks. So very reflective. You've got a question that is about reactive, active and apparent power for a circuit, either a motor or could be with a circuit diagram. You've got a question around power and using complex number techniques with power that we've just now been working on. Okay? Might not be exactly like that. There might be some other different styles in there as well, but it'll be along those lines. You're going to have a question that is on the 3-phase systems, either a star or a delta, maybe a mixture of both, maybe looking at the neutral current and so on. Okay? And then you've got question 4, which is going to be something around the transformer. Everything that we've talked about is covered over those 4 questions, really. You know, if you chunk it, we've done 3-4 chunks of stuff. So, and each of those chunks has got a question about it. Then I really got about 4, maybe 5 options for long questions, and I'm just going to put 3 in each year. Alright, so in this particular paper, you've got a question around active, reactive and apparent power. There's a little bit at the end, this bit E. In the actual exam, a further 4 marks typically awarded, should read 6, by you drawing upon a knowledge of power supply systems, the benefits of power factor correction and the penalties for having poor power factor correction. So that's a knowledge part. If I've done that and I give you a work solution to it, all you've got to do is remember it and write it rote face in the exam. Okay, so there's only so much of that I've got available to me, so I ain't going to give that away in a practice paper. But I'm telling you that you need to revise those types of topics. Okay, so it's a bigger question. It's asking you to sketch the power triangle and label it and use it to work things out. So it's not so led as the short answer questions. There may be intermediate steps you need to do that you're not being specifically asked for in these questions. You're getting 3 times as many marks for this question as you did the ones in the first section. So apportion 3 times the amount of time to do it. Yep. The second option, question 6, is on, in this particular practice paper, on 3-phase systems. You've got resistive loads, equal power rating connected in delta. Okay, so there's some calculations to do on a delta, and then part C says now consider the same load connected in star. Alright, and then towards the end, calculate a new line current and show that no current flows in the neutral. Alright, there's somewhere questions where I might say what happens when you change one of the loads so it becomes unbalanced. I might say show what happens when one line is disconnected, either in the star system or in the delta system. We've gone through faulted systems, so there are other options there. The other option that's around for either of these 2 slots is the questions, or for the first big question, is that the spider diagram question where you can add all the powers up, add all the reactive powers up, and talk about a load center as though that was one system. Remember them? Yeah? So you could get one of those questions. And then lastly, you'll get a question around the model of a real transformer. Right? Which is going to probably involve shift and impedances. You might get a shift in impedance short answer question in the first section as well. So these aren't exhaustive, because I can't give every option away in practice papers. So I've got to vary it a bit, but it's getting you to look back at all your notes and working on all different parts. Okay, I think I've got most of the options covered in the practice paper. So you're going to work through that question again. The last part, for the remaining 8 marks in the actual paper, you'll be asked to draw on your knowledge of the losses associated with real transformers and how they can be represented in the model to carry out analysis. Yeah? So you might be asked about what other losses there are and how they're represented, or what those components there represent in a real transformer. Yeah? Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
Is that formula sheet typically what we'll get?
That is the formula sheet that's in the real paper. Yep. It's exactly what you got in the real paper.
What's blank space on the sheet, isn't it?
Yeah. Haha.
What's the deal with question 3?
Question 3, Luke.
It's got the working out on the exam. No, yeah. There. It's got the answer down.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
I've made a lot of mistakes this week, Luke, you know.
So we'll just
Nah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you can still find it useful. Again, what I've done, let's just stop this video.